There's much more going on than meets the eye. The adventure begins here.
Cool.
And that's how trades are done on CS Money. With Hellcase multi-cases, you're no longer restricted by random case opening mechanisms. Now, you are able to pick any of the cells containing skins and actually determine what you win. Use the promo code and dive right in.
Alright, hello everyone. Looks like we're jumping straight into the place around here of our second map here. It is of course Red Reserve going up against the likes of Windigo. And oddly enough, it kind of looks like Windigo are kind of sells a difficult time here, as yes, Red Reserve somehow finding the kills here for long. The Glocks able to overpower the USBs, and so far so good here for Red Reserve after they won every single aim duel they had to, and they have succeeded in their push. So, of course, as a point of interest, how about we take a look at the odds of this matchup? Looking pretty interesting. The winner of map 2. Yeah, as it probably should be. This is of course the map pick of Red Reserve. This is a map they definitely tend to play quite often in professional Counter-Strike. They even have a pretty good track record on the HLTV. I think they've won, of the 16 times I can say they've played, I think they won, what was it, 76%? That is of course some pretty good percentages. But yes, as you can see, Windigo, they do have the pistols out here, and they have recovered the Scout of Draken, so I mean, that's something they can be quite happy about. But of course, Red Reserve doesn't really care if you have the Scout of Draken. They're just gonna plant the bomb with the B side, have themselves a good post-plant scenario, and probably gonna end up winning this map as well, as it probably should be. Well, maybe not the map, but at the very least, this round in particular. It doesn't looking likely like, oh, that they're probably not going to be able to save that Scout of theirs, as Ships is now the lone remaining Bulgarian player. I think Freddie even spots out the Shadow in the end, and yes, that will be the round here for Red Reserve. A 2-0 lead for them, as probably anticipated. I mean, once we end up seeing them picking up the very first fence round, the second round conversion becomes a very easy task. And well, likes here of Red Reserve will probably consider playing with that SMG in the hands of Rusty, and I think maybe Draken might be opting to go for an SMG or the Scout in this particular moment, it seems like. Well, Campus though, oh, it's very much out there, the first man out, but the biggest problem is that there's 3 Bulgarians here ready and waiting to win the fights against him. Rusty Dome winning around with the Mac 10, still able to do some serious damage, and this brawl here on long still, that stands up favoring the likes of Red Reserve. It's a 2-on-2 scenario. The Swedes can be very happy about this, the way this sort of aggression from Windigo turned out. The fact that he got themselves a 2-on-2 scenario, and Draken, he's just gonna continue on holding towards the middle, I guess. He's hoping to cut out any sort of rotations, and well, Draken might be very lucky to realize that there is one opponent in the lower tunnels. Draken, of course, waiting for a prime opportunity to see any of the players flanking, but as we can see, the likes of Blocker, they're taking their sweet time. In fact, they're just going to continue on holding towards tunnels. That is already a very good position to be if you're a CT. But one of the biggest problems for Windigo is that the players are relatively far apart from one another. So if you're Red Reserve, yes, this is the optimal way to approach this round. They stick together in this scenario, and you're gonna try to overwhelm any defender you hope to seeing. Or at the very least, trade it out. They spot out the defender, they take him down, and now they can very easily cross to the side, plant the bomb here for Draken. And Freddy B gotta be quite careful as the nade comes in. He still survives that one. Even with 4 points of health, and Draken is there to help him out. So it will be a 3-0 lead here for Red Reserve as they do end up winning another round here, to be exact. The gun round now being picked up. They're gonna be quite happy about that. Windigo probably will consider it, especially knowing that every single player ended up dying that round. I guess we're just going to be seeing a partial buy from the Valerians. Don't really think it's going to be a full-on eco, because now the way Lose Bunny goes is they can purchase the upgraded pistols here, but it's obviously not a lot. But, Freddy B, even though those are pistols, Freddy B, you still want to be quite careful in your approach. Don't want to get digged by one of them deagles. It's just a horrible feeling, isn't it, when you say you got a rifle, you peek around the corner, and you just get absolutely wrecked by a deagle. That is top 5 worst feelings in Counter-Strike. Oh, so far so good here for Red Reserve. They're able to enter bomb side. They're going to be able to plant the bomb without a jiffy. And maybe Blocker and Chips can still get something done here, because Rusty, right around the corner, is going to be holding towards those double doors, but oh no, they're just going to let him cross, and well, Rusty's going to get the lineup apparently. As he ends up finding all the kills necessary. It is a 4-0 lead now for the Swedes. But yeah, getting digged by, well, a deagle, obviously. It is probably one of the worst feelings in Counter-Strike, but I think, if I had seen my first pick, would probably be just getting Zeused. I mean, it's a horrible gun. No one uses it other than to troll. That's just the whole nature of the Zeus. And when you say you've got an AWP, so to speak, you peek around the corner, and then you see some guy with a Zeus who just tases you. I mean, that's a horrible feeling. Just as a horrible feeling that probably Windigo gonna feel once they realize that the B side is gonna crumble because this push is gonna sandwich in the lonesome Victor. And well, oh, actually no, it's Blocker, and oh no, Rusty almost jumps on the head of Blocker there, and it kind of looks like Red Reserve, they pretty much got this one already. I mean, retaking the B bomb site is such a difficult task for the CTs. I really don't think Poison alongside Victor would even try to attempt it. It's possible, sure, but yeah, as the Molotov thrown out, there's really nothing Victor can do in that position. I presume Poison, yeah, he will try to save that sniper out of his. If he can save it, which he should be able to succeed in. Ooh. Players jumping around the corner. Does see the feet. Oh, uh-oh. Poison's got the USB out, and Dragon's just... Ah, man. I thought Dragon's gonna try to win that fight with an AK, but now he just pulls out the P250. He wants to try to have an equal exchange, so to speak. A fair exchange. Ooh, this is looking pretty good right now for Red Reserve. In the past 5 rounds, they've been able to overwhelm any sort of defense Windigo might have had. Oh, looks like we're going to be able to see a replay. This one, I can't really say it's too exciting. Boom, Poison gets 1 kill. That's about it. Like I say, I can't really say that was the most exciting of replays, but ooh, Poison actually ends up losing quite a lot of HP pretty early on here. And if they would have decided, say, to nade down middle, which sometimes teams tend to do on the terrorist side, Poison going to be a goner at this point. But still, Poison tends to live, and he can tell the tale of his survivor for another day. I presume, though, oh, he's got to be very careful, because even the AK bullets very easily penetrate those wooden doors. It does appear like Windigo going to be fighting for a bit more presence here, at least towards the short part of the map. But even as they say so, they do deploy that smoke grenade on the catwalk. Yes, that's correct. But they have backed away. There's really no one here towards the short position. Red Reserve have been given full control of this part of the map. However, I can't really see the same stance for long or middle, to be honest. If you want to try to contest those parts of the map, they will have to fight for them. And that seems to be likely what Red Reserve are planning to do. Hampus will just jump down to CT spawn, find... it's not a single CT here. This will actually prompt the push to continue on towards the B side. It seems like there's two defenders here. Imagine if they're gonna able to overwhelm them. And Red Reserve would definitely have themselves the bomb site for their taking, but so far so good for Windigo. They're finding the kills necessary, and they might just be able to win this round on the back of those initial kills. And Freddy B now is the lone remaining T player in this position, but yeah, it's very hard to do anything here. Windigo do end up winning their very first round here on dust2. I can't really say that was the most easiest of the Windigo rounds to win for the Windigo guys. It really came down to them having a very solid defense on the bomb sites, especially that B side. You know, it really came down to that solid B side defense. Even though they lost mid presence, the fact that one of the guys like Ships close by the window was able to do so much work here, as well as the guy right behind the side. I think that's was that Bubble? I think that was Bubble. Oh, some action pretty early on here. It is a push towards long, and apparently Hampus has been able to get 2 kills to his name as Windigo still trying to hold off towards long. Hampus might just get the better of one of these players as he ends up retreating with a knife, but Hampus runs out of bullets. He has to load his good old-fashioned AK, the Neon Rider. Oh, there you go. It appears like Draken will be able to get the initial kill. And actually, they can just continue on pushing towards the bomb site. That seems to be the logical way of approaching this round. And probably the best bet is for Draken to allow his buddy Hampus to try and plant the bomb. But one of the biggest problems right now is that this push here from Blocker and Ships is very quick. And Blocker, even though he's trying to get the kill, he finally lands on a Draken. But for Hampus to win this one, this is a very difficult task. I think he realizes that at the very least there has to be one player to come out from long, and now he knows there's both of them. Hampus can actually get the better of them for one, sure, but not the other guy. It will be around here for... Whoop. We saw some issues here. It will be around here for Windigo. Ships end up winning it, the clutch. And it is the second round here for Windigo. Alright, now we get to see Windigo continue on playing on their seed side defense. I will say this though, I can't really say the double op setup has been too impactful here for the Bulgarian side. It's pretty much been the rifles, you know. Even though Poison or Ships, they've been manning their AWPs towards the middle, but I can't really say they found, again, I'm just going to repeat myself, can't really say they found a lot of success. Bubble though, that's a perfect flash. And it's very difficult to do anything in that position, really, other than spray, other than to press mouse 1 and pray that you can get a kill there. It was very close, actually. I mean, Freddy B still ends up surviving that encounter with only 6 points of health, so definitely damage has been dealt, but not the kill. Rusty though, it appears that he's gonna try to wait for some good timing here. Maybe once the smoke fades, he's actually going to be contested with pushing towards long. And the good thing is for Red Reserve is that there's actually not a single player on the side itself. There's still one more player towards long. If they're able to get rid of him, that's A-side control. Victor here has revealed his position. He still has to win this fight, a crucial one at that. He ends up winning it against Rusty, but it's still the bomb now planted on the A bomb side, meaning that Red Reserve, this is looking like a very solid round for them to pick up. Victor, it seems like, yes, it looks like he's interested to just try to back away from this one. Freddy B, though, he sees the head of Blocker. And right now, Windigo, their best bet, like I said, is try to save them weapons, but it doesn't look like Red Reserve will allow them to do that. They want to try to hunt down these players, or at least take down one more rifle away from them. Yes, that subtly hinders the investment they can make. Victor, though, does see the head of one, and the second guy won't be able... He won't be able to kill the second guy in Ships, though. At the very least, if he ends up saving the 8th OP, that's a small victory. For sure, that is a small victory here for the Windigo players. And the great thing about even a scenario like this, where you have one of the Windigo players with an AWP in his arms, say he tries to play a bit more aggressive, maybe tries to get an opening frag towards the middle. If he ends up dying, you have 4 other players that can very easily pick up the sniper rifle and give it their best shot. Maybe they can find some kills with that sniper rifle. So it's actually a very good thing that he ends up saving the big green gun. as they're going to be able to keep it into the next round, and that is where we might just be able to see something work out here for Windigo, because again, I just want to point out the fact that the AWPs haven't been that successful here for Windigo. It's really been rifles. Maybe the one thing that we have to see is the AWPs take a more proactive role. Maybe they have to take a more proactive role in trying to find openings, entry frags, and so forth. Works though. First man in, though he can't really see a damn thing, and yet he taps down Bubble as Poison goes down. Victor right behind the smoke should be an easy kill for Grux, but he has evaded him pretty well. Victor, oh, there we go. There's one of the players with the sniper rifle. Now he's coming up huge here. Victor finding the plays here. Could go for the third kill. Very close. And no kill just yet. Draken replies. This suddenly becomes a very doable round for Windigo, even though the force buy. At first, I had my doubts, but right now, it's all been worth it. If they can actually win this 2-on-2. But that's the big question, if. And what's the smoke grenade? Yeah, make that a flash grenade as well, being deployed towards cross. They really have to focus on blocker, but it's actually Ships finding a kill. Again, it's the AUG coming into play, and blocker sees the head, but no! He can't win the fight against Draken. Now Draken left in 1-on-2. Ships though, can he find the angle? Yes, he does. Draken, even though he does fire off the AWP, he's simply not quick enough. And I would have loved to see from his POV how close the no-scope was. Maybe just landed at the bare feet there of Ships, and it was almost a kill, but simply couldn't succeed. Huh. Okay, looks like Red Reserve gonna keep it simple. Good old-fashioned rush on the B-bomb site, as now they're just gonna get absolutely mowed down by, again, the AUG and the MP9. Actually, no, it's just the MP9 there, blocker, and he's looking for the ace at this point, as he's probably gonna be gifted for him, as he does end up getting all 5 kills in that round. Well done there, my blocker. Really well done. Obviously, it does make his life a lot easier once he ends up seeing, yes, a smoke grenade that blocks out the vision of the T's, and all he has to do is just press mouse 1, and boom, headshot with the smoke. Ah, didn't see the 5th one, but still a very nice scenario. Windigo, they can be very happy about themselves, because right now they're seeming to be in a position where they might just be able to win a couple more rounds than anticipated here, and that's a lot of damage being dealt by the sniper rifle, and I think even some of the rifles now gonna chime in, and there you go. That's now the 5th round here for the Windigo side. As the Bulgarians slowly but surely starting to catch up the Swedes here. Still pretty much, I guess we could say, midpoint of our very first half. The 12th round is upon us, and it appears that I think this will be a somewhat close affair here on dust2. I think we're going to be able to see quite an interesting matchup if we end up going to a 3rd map, because the 3rd map, guys, it will be Mirage. That is a very interesting choice that we're left with. I think the last time Red Reserve faced off against Windigo on Mirage, Red Reserve did end up winning it 16-11. Yes, on that time. And a Masters lead. Here on dust2. I wouldn't really call it an even playing field, but right now, Poison is able to find kill and Hampas. So, there you go. That's one of the things I was talking about. I'd love to see one of these operas take a more proactive role in trying to find openings, and there's Poison. Getting the first kill here pretty early on here. Gonna continue on holding towards short. Not gonna be giving away that map control so easily, but Rusty though still somehow wins the fight against Victor, and now it kind of looks like Windigo gonna have themselves a very difficult time, but hold on just a sec. They still have been able to come out on top in some of these crucial engagements. And of course, Poison, there is a bit of a gap in the smoke, and will the run boost work? Oh, he definitely sees it, and Poison lands it! He lands the shot! But of course, Grux, it's still a very difficult clutch for him to try and win, as in fact, he doesn't really even have the bomb in his possession, so... Okay, cameraman, please, we have to see that replay of Poison. I mean, that was a sick shot. You cannot deny it. That was absolutely beautiful. Can we see the replay? Oh well. It was a nice shot. I have to say. Well, the scoreline is 6-6. And it might just be a pretty good scenario for Windigo to actually, for the first time ever, come out on top in the first half, because Red Reserve, all they have to offer here are just a bunch of Deagles being invested, some Kevlar as well, sure, and utility. All in all, the investment from Windigo's side is much more effective and probably should be. But as we can see, Windigo, they're playing this one quite safe. I think they realize the economical situation Red Reserve are in. They don't want to be given any early frags here for the Red Reserve side, but now as they're just pushing onto the side, this is where things do get interesting, as Poison now has to back away here. He doesn't really want to be giving away any more frags here. And that's the thing, Hampus finds one, the bomb does go down here. But this is a 3-on-3 scenario in which Red Reserve are still looking very good here. However, oh, Draken, he's able to land a shot on blocker. And now, of course, it's down to Victor and Poison. Victor has to get up close and personal with an AK of his, but now it's going to be all the hands of Draken. He does have the AK out, but most importantly, oh no, that's actually Molotov. There's really nothing Draken can do at this point. The defuse will come in, and Draken, he's still probably going to try to take the fight, but yeah, it's a very difficult round to win. Well, like I said, the 7th round here for Windigo. And for the first time ever, they've actually got themselves a very decent score. And if you remember, at one point, it was 5-0. 5-0. Now it's 7-6 in favor of Windigo. So if anyone's feeling the pressure right now, it might just be the guys here from Red Reserve, because if you had so much momentum from the get-go, it's a shame that you end up losing it so rapidly once the first half is coming to a close. A lot of flashes being deployed. Red Reserve just trying to get Pretty B out of long, but that's the thing. He gets flashed. He's really nothing he can do against Free Bulgarians here long. It seems to be that Red Reserve gonna have to rethink their plan, because at this rate, I wouldn't be too surprised to see if Windigo end up winning all 9, well, the 2 remaining rounds here of the first half. And if they do succeed in it, that would be quite the accomplishment in comparison to their previous scoreline. Draken, though, somehow doesn't land the shot onto blocker. Oh, pardon me, he lands it, but not the kill. Now looks like they're just gonna have to overwhelm the site. There's blocker going down, and I think don't I see where Ships is stationed at? Oh, this is very weird, and yet Ships still takes down Grux in that position. But right now, this is a very doable round for Red Reserve. They have been able to plant the bomb in this scenario, but Victor and Poison, they're not going to give this one up that easily. They want to try to win this fight, and that's a crucial kill to get if you're Victor. And Draken does seize Poison. So right now, it's all in the hands of Victor, and I think he realizes that this position he's in, well, has become a lot harder once his teammate ends up dying. And I think Victor will actually consider saving the gun, and it does make a lot of sense, because out of his teammates, Bull has only got $150, so saving the gun here does make a lot of sense if you're Victor. So, it does look like Victor might just try to... Did any one of his teammates have an op, if I try to remember? Probably not. Because I'm almost certain Victor would have considered trying to save it. Well, yeah, this was quite the interesting affair there in the smoke grenade. Because I'm almost certain the guys didn't really see themselves up until the last moment, once they spotted out each other on the radar, because that's the thing, you can sometimes spot out opponents a bit quicker on the radar than you could actually see through the smoke grenades. And I think it gives you maybe a second or so advantage. Draken, though, does abandon the angle, but he still wins the fight against blocker. So that is again a very crucial scalp to get for Red Reserve. As we can see, Windigo now, now look at his position. He somehow only gets 1 kill. It looked so promising at one point, but right now, Windigo, I mean, it's all gonna go down to that lonesome player there on the B side. I do believe that is Ships, and yet Ships is somehow finding the kills necessary to make this one work. He's now the lonesome player here from Windigo. He is dancing around here to the B side, yet Draken will be able to end the madness. But it will be the 8th round here for Red Reserve, and honestly, I guess it's not too bad. I mean, surely once you end up having that streak of 5 rounds in a row, you're probably hoping to maybe acquiring all 10 here in the first half, but I think the way it turned out in the end, I'd say both squads can be somewhat happy. They can definitely be somewhat happy. I'm interested to know how the odds are looking for this matchup. As, okay. Second round pistol round is still pretty close affair, to be honest. As, really either team can come out on top, and the odds do portray that. We'll be able to see how successful will this push be from Windigo, but they have so many players here in the tunnels area. And it kind of looks like it will be just a good old-fashioned push of the B-bombs. And Rusty's here. He can land some serious taps. And, of course, Hampus is there to help him out. So this round is pretty much over here from the get-go. Hampus gets free. Has been able to nail down every single player from Windigo. And, well, that is the pistol round victory here for Red Reserve. So those who decided to bet on them, congrats. So let's see how this one turns out here for the Bulgarian side. Of course, after losing the pistol round, your best bet is just try to go for a full-on eco here. As we can see, that is what Windigo has decided to go for. Hampus boosted up one short. I probably would have loved to see a guy with an SMG being boosted up here, but it's still gonna be a very easy round. That is such a fast ace. Could that be one of the fastest aces in Counter-Strike? Because that was just ridiculous. A second, two, boom, everyone's dead. It was that fast. Let's see the replay. I'll give it a count. 1, 2, 3. Okay, maybe not the fastest of aces out there, but not bad. Not bad at as we were anticipating. Okay, that was something I wasn't anticipating. What I wanted to say is that we can see Windigo with the proper investment, but I'm not really sure what Dragon was trying to pull off there. What I can definitely say is that, yeah, he puts his team now in a pretty detrimental position. There's really nothing the guys can do here. I mean, it's such a very fast round from Windigo that Red Reserve are pretty much out of it already. Freddy B might just be able to recover an AK-47 for his troubles, and that in itself isn't too bad, but, I mean, if they end up saving the guns here, that's actually pretty good. If they end up saving the guns here, they should be able to make an investment on the 8-19th round. But for now, that was a very wacky round, so to speak. So it appears Windigo have been able to overwhelm any sort of defense Red Reserve have on the back of their fast play down short. Maybe it would have been not as much of an effective, so to speak, push if they don't get the initial kill on Draken, but at the same time, you know, Draken, he was only one of the mid guys. So his role would probably be in a retake scenario once he ends up flanking the side or taking a position from CT. But for now, like I said, you know, Red Reserve, they have enough money to make the purchase here. They have the rifles necessary, and I'll say Rusty's just gonna stick with his guns, the MP9 to be exact. Victor now making some serious progress here down middle, and Freddy B actually finds the player from short. So that's a very crucial kill to get, and Freddy B still want to be quite careful here, and Victor comes out on top. So now again, it's pretty much Victor finding all 3 kills here towards middle, and make that the 4th one for Victor. As suddenly he's probably even going to consider looking for the ace. He definitely deserves it for his efforts. But now that's another very fast round that simply works out very well for Windigo. Oh, it's still second pistol round winner, so I mean, the odds don't really give us a lot of intel about that because the pistol round is already over. Oh, looks like Poison will be able to find the initial kill through the doors, and we have the cinematic shot of every single Red Reserve player getting demolished by the rifles. As Windigo have been able to even up the scoreline, it is 10-10. It's looking very reminiscent of the start Red Reserve had on their very first half, you know. The fast plays really worked out for them. Windigo, I think, have now been able to win 3 rounds in a row, so that's definitely something they can be very proud of. But I still say, this being the second half and all, I'd go far as to say this is still anyone's game. Though, it doesn't appear like the Windigo forces will make a very fast push here towards long, and again, the Swedes just have to retreat, even though there's not a single guy in pit. Draken will definitely make sure there's no one trying to cross over to the site, or to be exact, over towards pit. But it does appear like even though Windigo has been able to acquire this long control that fast, it doesn't look like they want to try to contest this part of the map just yet. And it looks like Victor, though, very interesting spray, but Poison will be able to take him down. Freddy.B wins his fight down towards tunnels, and now it looks like Windigo will try to make the push work out. There's only Lonesome Dragon here, and he gets taken down by Poison. That's the thing, though. Just because he doesn't have a teammate down short, he has to constantly look towards long, look towards short. That, of course, puts a lot of, well, pressure on the Opper. There was really nothing Draken could have done there, other than maybe to try to hold us down towards long, but again, he just simply didn't have a lot of intel. And well, Windigo, slow down here towards long, but most importantly, we have to see the guy towards the B's site, because now he's just made his way through tunnels. He's got to be able to alert his teammate that, hey, hold up, there doesn't seem to be a single player here from Red Reserve. And I think, yes, Ship spots out Grux. Oh no, he actually sees Freddy.B at first, but oh yes, now he should probably see where Grux is also stationed at, as he's right here down CT. And this round pretty much seems to be over unless Grux can pull off a heroic play, but maybe not today, or at least not in this round. As Windigo now got themselves 4 rounds in a row, so that is very good here for the Bulgarian side. It does appear like the tactical timeout has been taken from Red Reserve. I presume from Red Reserve, as they're the ones kind of on the back foot right now, so a timeout from their side can be of great importance. Ah yes, there you go, it is from Red Reserve. So it appears like the decision has been made here by Red Reserve. Gonna try to go for the partial investment here. They do have, you know, Scout in the hands of Rusty and primarily just some of those upgraded pistols. Windigo gonna be making very fast progress here towards long, yet some of the players still have been able to avoid the nades. But as it says, hold on just a sec, Freddy.B is finding some crucial kills with the dig of his. And right now they have been able to isolate Bubble. If they take him down, not only did they recover the bomb, but they could also get themselves another kill. And Will Draken, now he's the one left in a pretty difficult spot. He's got 2 clips. Yeah, 2 bullets remaining in that clip of his. There's really nothing he could have done. So right now, yeah, the eco just went on its merry way. We have to take a look how this force spy is going to turn out, because both of the operas here from Red Reserve, Freddy.B and Draken, do decide to make the purchase of the sniper rifles. Man, it is a bit of a shame that Grux has been able to find his groove here. I mean, if we take a look at in comparison the previous matchup, where I think on Train, Red Reserve ended up winning 16-9, something of a similar scoreline. Grux had something of 20 plus kills, and in this matchup he has been pretty quiet. So maybe if he's able to step up, he might just be able to see a bit of a more closer affair. But for now, it is looking like the Windigo show. It appears that they might just be even content to take in short control, as they're really not opposed here. There's not a single player holding down short from the Red Reserve side. They're just, Windigo's gonna come up and take it. If you don't want it, we'll take it. Why not? For free. Now with this all map presence here towards short, I'm still very intrigued to know where they're gonna actually try to make the final push. Right now it seems to be towards middle, and right now they have to face Freddy. Good job there, Freddy, but Hampus towards short. He's able to find a kill there. Actually, not even towards short. Hampus is in CT spawn. There's a guy that actually jumped down CT spawn. And this round is looking like a complete and utter flop for Windigo. Not a single kill going to their name, and Poison still got the op in his hands, and I guess he just wants to try and save it. So I can't really blame it at this point, because even though the Windigo side has got a lot of money in their pockets, sure, it really doesn't make a lot of sense to be giving away a rifle for free, but you can still try to hunt some kills. That was still not a bad effort there from Poison, and it will be the 11th round here for Red Reserve. After a very long drought of rounds, they finally do end up winning at least one more. This is, of course, the map pick of the Red Reserve side. As our very first map, Train, was a pretty one-sided affair. It did ended up going in favor of Red Reserve 16-9. Though I will say this, at the very end of that map, Windigo did finally start to perform, and it kind of looked possible they might just be able to make a comeback possible. But I mean, they were down at one point 14-4. I'd like to say it's such a difficult comeback to make from that point onward, and yet they tried their best, didn't really succeed. Coming into the second map, though, they're looking to be a much more solid unit. It is a much more closer game, especially if you take a look at the scoreboard. And as I have alluded to it earlier, I'd still say this is anyone's game. Both Windigo and Red Reserve can find some success here in their second map. Let's just see how the second half turns out. For now, Windigo seem to be making a lot of progress here towards short. Again, they've been able to take this part of the map relatively quickly. The past 20 so seconds have gone through, and Windigo is already here, so maybe Red Reserve may not anticipate the positioning here of the Bulgarians. But as you say so, I mean, look at this. Draken, he's got his crosses straight on short, and if necessary, he's got a teammate with last of Hampus to back him up. The biggest problem right now is that there is Grux here towards long, and he's really by his lonesome, so there's no one really to back him up. He's going to try to find these kills if possible. The flash is blinded, but he's still finding some work here. Well done by him, but now look at this. The combined push from long and short is superb. Windigo have been able to break the defense here of Red Reserve, and of course with that, they're going to be able to plant the bomb as well. As Freddy B alongside Rusty are now pretty much out of this one. I mean, there's Freddy B. Still stopping the cross, and he's actually been able to drop the bomb carrier, so maybe I'm talking a bit too soon. As Rusty now is going to make his way down long, and oh, Freddy B, that's very close to actually lining up the shot on Victor. If only he knew, and he looks like he knows. That's ended up getting the kill on Victor, and now this only becomes a pretty good round here for Red Reserve. It's doable, definitely. It's just that Rusty still has to hurry up there from long. That actually baits out the push here from Blocker. Very well done here by Freddy. But of course now Rusty, I think he even has to stick the defuse at this point. He can definitely do it. He's got the defuse kit, but no, there's Shift that he ends up peeking on through, but he still wins the fight. Is there enough time to defuse the bomb? Rusty, that's going to be super close, and it is, but it's still a defuse here for Red Reserve. Oh man, I counted out Red Reserve way too early. I was very surprised to see that Freddy B was able to find so much success there in short, in a position where it seems like a CT opper can't get anything done, especially if the Windigo guys have got their players set up properly, and it looked like it. But as you can see in the replay here, Freddy B, boom, finds the first kill for the smoke. There we go. And I guess also the cool thing is that we didn't really get to see how the second guy was baited out by a single flash. He ends up going for the white peak, hoping for Freddy to be closer, and that was not the case. Now Draken looks like he's gonna have to shine here with the AWP. Still only gets the one kill though. That's kind of meaning that the guys here from Windigo not gonna be able to find too much success here so far. Red Reserve are gonna allow the bomb plant to go through. That's one thing. I still have to note that some of the Windigo players are in pretty awkward positions. So it does look like Windigo. I can try to hold on to their angles here. Ships though and Blocker, in fact, they're gonna win their fights. So this suddenly becomes a very dual round for Windigo to win, but I wonder if we can actually see some antics here from Freddy B, but no, he misses the Molotov. And I don't know how he ends up getting that kill onto Blocker, but he does. So now Freddy B puts himself again in a doable position. He has to take the defuse, and well, if of course Ships ends up peeking on his crosshairs, yes, he just puts himself in such a difficult position. I mean, there's very little time to work it, and Freddy B doesn't really want to end up firing off the shot. If he ends up firing it off, he ends up going away from the defuse. So I mean, yeah, it is a difficult scenario. So this is quite a horrible position if you're a fan of Red Reserve or even one of the players from the Swedish side, because your economy has pretty much reset. So trying to go for the force bite here does make some sense, but you really want to try to make this force bite go, and I mean it's kind of working out as Draken has been able to find 2 kills. And this push here on the B bomb site kind of works out here from Windigo. There's not a single player to actually defend it so far. So they actually continue on moving forward, try to plant the bomb, which seems to be working out quite well here for Windigo. It's just that retaking the side, it obviously is a much harder thing. Because right now, as you can see, Red Reserve, not a single player has got a defuse kit, so they must hurry up and try to make this push succeed. But Poison there towards Tunnel. Poison as well finding a kill. This pretty much stops the retake in its tracks, and maybe Freddy B and Grux would even consider trying to save their weapons, and yeah, that's pretty much it. There's actually, yeah, another AK they can pick up. But yeah, Freddy B alongside Grux will try to save their weapons here, as it will be the 14th round here for Windigo. And I do wonder what will be the next move here for Red Reserve, because as you can see, the money is pretty much in the bin. It's non-existent. It's looking very horrible for the Swedish team, so I guess we shouldn't be too surprised to see that, oh, yeah, your timeout actually comes out. So that's a bit surprising. Didn't really see that one coming, but as we do get to see that, I mean, money is somewhat even, but I think probably the best bet for Red Reserve is try to save up some of that money and then have a proper investment. But as I do say so, you can't deny the fact that Red Reserve has been able to find a lot of success with the pistols even. So it wouldn't be too far-fetched to see a force spike come out here for the Swedish team, but it does look like you're going to take a safer route, so I do understand that. Ooh, Freddy B with a scout. Trying to fight off an early kill, but looks like Blocker's going to be a bit quicker in that regard. And, oh, there's Grux with the AK-47. Does chim in with a couple kills. And there's Victor again in middle. It's been quite the nuisance here for the Red Reserve side, but as we can see, this isn't really as one-sided as you probably were hoping to see if you're a Windigo fan. As right now, Windigo have been able to make their way on to the A bomb, so that is very well done by their part. Oh, Grux! I didn't even see the guy there. And yet, Grux is able to find a kill. If anything, Hampus of Grux definitely got themselves a good chance coming into this one. But of course, it's again going to come down to timing. Can Hampus actually find the player planted the bomb there? Poison is in a pretty difficult predicament, and he's even anticipating the player to come off from long. And in fact, as the numbers are now being punched in, Hampus alongside Grux, they will get the better of Poison. Where his ships is right behind the smoke. There's really nothing he can do. He does find the kill on Grux. It is still only one. He has to fight against Hampus, which he does not. And Red Reserve, they get themselves a huge lifeline in this matchup. A very important one indeed, as now I guess we are going to be able to see a pause. Yeah, it looks like there's going to be a pause here for Windigo. Alright. I mean, after losing such a round, it does make a lot of sense to take a pause, because you really want to reconsider, like, what are our options coming into this these upcoming rounds. Because they did say Red Reserve didn't really have the greatest of economy, so to speak. But if you take a look at Windigo for their side, yes, they are going to be able to make the purchase here, but if they end up losing it, that's where things do get tricky. It appears that Windigo is going to go down back to basics. The basics that has been working out for them. This push towards long, and yet they still end up getting those 2 kills. Draken, though, will be able to take down Bubble. But the thing is, though, I mean, Draken has revealed his position right towards the car, so his best bet will be trying to back away out of here. The good thing he does have smoke grenade, and Rusty finds one against Ships. Looks like Ships is trying to get a kill there right behind the smoke, but he simply did not succeed. And right now, the Windigo players are just bogged down here in pit. gonna try to maybe get something done here, but if Draken sees a lucky head, he should line up the kill, but no! That's no kill there for Draken, even though it looked very close. The good thing is right now for Red Reserve is not only do they have 2 players here on the A bomb side, they also have Rusty coming with the flank. So of course, Rusty is pretty much the linchpin in this scenario. He should be able to close this one out if necessary. But as their last smoke grenade is deployed, they're going to be able to cross here, or maybe not, as Draken takes down Blocker. And now it's all up to Victor, and he can't do much. It is 14-14. Our scoreline has been tied up, and like I said, folks, like the money scenario for Windigo is going to be in the bin. It's not existent. They have to go for a good old-fashioned eco. There's no other way of putting it. But because they're going to go for the eco, it's obviously not going to be looking that great. Oh, Scout doing some damage. Oh, in fact, you still gotta be quite careful here, Red Reserve. Because even though they do have the Scout in their hands, I mean, that's all they need, really. The Scout player has to soften up some of these guys from Red Reserve. And then you can see the guys with the pistols even chime in with some kills. That's still something Red Reserve gotta be very cautious about. At the very least, we get 1, 2, could be even the 3rd here. And there we go. There's the cleanup here down middle. That is still a very good scenario here for the Red Reserve guys. I don't really think Windigo will be able to find any success anymore, as you have Ships with a Glock, as well as Poison with that lovely scatterpiece. Oh, Poison, whoa, that was somewhat a bit too close. Freddy will be able to come out on top against a simple Glock. But I mean, that was a bit too close. Poison, I don't know if he can find anything here with Scout. And oh, now that I've noticed it, Poison decides to go for the buy. Oh, that's lovely. Just some, you know, 2 guys sitting right next to each other. Well, one point I wanted to say is that, I mean, Poison, would him make the investment here. The thing is, though, he's now got $200. The biggest problem is that in this upcoming round, he's not going to be able to invest much. This is looking pretty weird, but yes, it will be around here for Red Reserve. 15 for them, and now Windigo have to go all in here. There's no other way of putting it. It has to be a very successful force buy from their side. Poison has decided to go for a Scout yet again, oddly enough, and we're gonna be able to see what can the Windigo guys do here in this scenario. Well, Draken's gonna try to find the initial kill. There's 3 players right in front of him. It does make things a bit more difficult, but I'm not really sure if Draken was really supposed to try and find that initial kill early on, but I mean, it's still a kill here for Red Reserve. Can't deny it. Freddy B, though, does reply with a kill of his own, but now the B-side defense is crumbling. His buddy's down, and I wouldn't be too surprised to see if Windigo has decided to make a straight-up push on this B side. Freddy has completely abandoned the B bomb, so he has to alert his teammates that this is a B-side play. Of course, now the last bits of utility has been deployed here by Windigo. Actually, no, there's still a blocker with a smoke grenade, so if he does wish so, yes, he will throw it down on the doors right there. So this does make things a bit more difficult here for the likes of Red Reserve. Of course, they have to try to make this one work. There's the first kill going in favor of Windigo. Hampus lands the no-scope. There's still so many kills he has to find, and he can't. He simply cannot. So it is 15-15. Looks like we are going to be heading over to overtime, our very first overtime here, and StarSeries Season 7 Open qualifiers for EU. So let's see how this one turns out, because coming into this overtime, I can't really say I'm favoring one team over the other. It should be quite a close affair, I'd say. Maybe now that Windigo will have some more money in their pockets, we might just be able to see more elaborate strats come through. But it has been a bit problematic here for Red Reserve on the CG side defense. They looked much more solid on the terrorist side of dust2. Here, things aren't as good. Yeah. It appears that both squads will be making a very solid investments. Of course, Red Reserve, with them being on the seedy side and whatnot, they can actually even purchase the 2 sniper rifles here. And overall, yeah, it's actually good to see that Poison has also decided to opt to go for an AWP. He's got a pretty good push here. Might just be able to get the initial kill, which he does against Draken. Wins a very crucial fight pretty early on here in Windigo. And got themselves the man advantage. This is something Poison has been able to succeed. If he's got room to work with, you are going to be able to see Poison open up things for his team. This is definitely one of them. Right now, yes. You can see that Windigo, they're just ready waiting. Once the smoke fades, the push will take place. And for now, oh man, Rusty can have such a significant lineup. Use the scope, Rusty! Use the scope! Freddy V now left at the bomb site, still finding some crucial kills. And Freddy, he could use some backup, but Freddy's doing massive plays here on the site. But even he goes down, and yes, that is the 16th round here for Windigo, but that was a bit too close for my liking. I mean, Windigo could have absolutely flopped there. My question is that you saw Rusty, purchasing the AUG. How come he didn't use the scope, man? I mean, I think with the scope, you're actually able to have a bit more accuracy. But Freddy B, man, the way he was able to maneuver around the side, it was beautiful. That was beautiful. That was like ballet here in Counter-Strike. How much finesse he was able to show on the bomb site. Though we do end up missing a kill here from Draken. But if there's anything we have to focus on, we really have to focus on this B bomb site, because right now it does look possible that if Windigo going to be making the play here, it's probably going to be on this part of the map. This is where the majority of the players are stationed at. They're just ready and waiting. Oh, nade from Rusty. That could have been deadly. But right now, yes, the push will take place. Rusty could definitely use the backup of his own teammate. Freddy B is there to help him out. There's also the bomb now being dropped, and Freddy wins one more crucial fight and flicks it up. He can't land the shot just yet. He finally does so with the AWP. Very well done by Freddy. And looks like he's going to try to get the 4th one onto Bubble. So again, what a very solid haul here from Freddy B. I think on this very last round of overtime, I think Windigo doesn't really want to go towards the B side. There's Freddy B. Let's just avoid him in his entirety and just go somewhere else. Because right now, Freddy B is a force to be reckoned with. (16-16). Still, is that? Oh man, the auto snipers haven't purchased. Freddy B, though, that flash was actually pretty effective. That was a very effective flash, and yet still not able to find a single kill here. Red Reserve. It does appear like he might just try to consider play this one a bit more safe. Because right now, the likes of Windigo actually going to be finding themselves some success towards short. Again, it's a part of the map that Red Reserve have been avoiding in its entirety. They very rarely had a player stationed there to make sure there's no one pushing down towards short onto the A site. Here, though, I mean, they do have Draken on the sniper rifle, which, in all honesty, from that position towards Car, I can't really say he's been able to find a lot of success. More often than not, he does end up getting the 1 kill, which in itself isn't too bad, but now he gets 2 here. Draken, sadly, we didn't get to see from his point of view, but as we can see now, he might just be the winning factor here for the Red Reserve side. He is missing some crucial shots here, but right now, it's still a very dual position for Red Reserve. Dragon comes in with a 3rd kill. It's very difficult for Blocker to continue on planting the bomb, and now it's all up to Poison. We're still gonna try to win this home. Somehow, he has been able to jump down CT spawn, and, well, getting out of CT spawn, that's a bit of a more difficult task. But it does look like Crux is still kind of out there in the open. So Poison could have very easily found him out, but I do like the way Red Reserve are approaching this one. They're playing this one very safe, but even so, Poison is still gonna win the fight against Freddy B. Suddenly, the 1-on-3 becomes very doable. Poison, he's still trying to find a player towards long, yet he cannot find him just yet. Now he does. Now he sees him. Now he lands the shot, and now it's all up to the hands of Rusty. Can actually still make it doable here for Red Reserve. He gets the leg in, and now he pulls out the beat of 50, and no! Poison can't win the clutch. That was so doable for him. And of course, Rusty, he's got enough time to get the defuse, and it will be the 17th round for Red Reserve. Oh man, this game keeps on delivering. Dust2 seems to be the map for it. And it's such a shame how close Poison was to actually win that one on free. The way he's able to get the first 2 kills, amazing. The third one, he gets the leg in, and yet wasn't able to succeed. That's just a shame. Well, maybe next time, Poison. But right now, we're gonna be able to see Red Reserve playing on the terror side. I would say this is where they should be feeling a bit more comfortable here, Red Reserve. Because we did see the Swedes pretty early on here in this matchup find a lot of success on the terror side. And yet, Campus got the auto sniper. Not a single point of damage being dealt. Right now, Draken holding pretty common angle, but of course his vision will be obscured. So he might have to change things up here. But he still got the auto sniper out. Okay, Hampus not giving up. Gonna try to give it his best shot with the auto sniper, but even he realizes that maybe the AK-47 is a bit more practical weapon in this sense. 2 WPs now in the hands of the Windigo players. Looks like Red Reserve, they themselves now gonna be taking some of that short control, though it is pretty late in comparison to what Windigo have been doing, especially. The Windigo might have to run into the same problem Red Reserve have to face on their CT side, that they're really, in terms of defense on the A side, there's really only one guy here. Now the CT player has been able to come in, but if Hampus is able to get rid of him relatively quickly, it's considered quite the doable round, but there Hampus goes. He's able to get the first kill. And right now, of course, Red Reserve, they're in a great position to be planting the bomb here, and as they do end up planting the bomb, they can put the majority of their players down here towards short. Just continue on holding forward with Rusty. Oh no, he ends up dying relatively quickly here. This definitely makes things a bit more difficult here for the Red Reserve guys. It is still have themselves a good chance here. Grux, very good angle onto Bubble. And right now, Grux is just simply tapping away. He should be able to get the kill, but apparently, he doesn't necessarily have to. There's Draken and Freddy B to cover for him up. And this is the 18th round. One more round here for Red Reserve, and they do end up winning the best of 3 series. But before that, you can see a tactical timeout here for Windigo. They do want to discuss our approach here for the possibly last round of the game, so it's very important that Windigo get this one right. And once they do, and of course, there's also the second round they have to win if they want to pull it back to overtime. That has to be the main goal here for the Bulgarian side. And the way they've been playing dust2, I mean, they definitely do deserve a chance here, the Bulgarians. They haven't been able to show some superb stuff on the terrorist side. Maybe if they end up claiming at least these 2 rounds. On the terrorist side, they might just be able to do a clean sweep, as they were pretty much very close in doing it earlier. Okay, let's see the 2 auto snipers being purchased, and they're gonna rain down havoc here down middle. They're still very scared of crossing, and yet the damage being dealt, not bad. Not too bad. Ooh. Rux though, that's quite the bombardment happening down long. Gonna have to be a bit more careful about that one. I do wonder what will be the approach here for the Swedish team, as right now the good thing for them is them having the sniper off in the hands of Draken. It's again an opera that can try to open things up for you. But oh, very good flash down middle. Should actually even force off ships out of position, which it kind of does. It doesn't really want to be contesting middle other than just trying to hold, just in case one of the Red Reserve players ends up pushing through. But again, I guess they're going to be deploying their smoke grenades as they did beforehand. They are going to be able to jump down CT, but not a single frag has been found there. But Poison is ready and waiting. They are able to find the very first kill here, Red Reserve, but it's still a trait here. If only you could see the positioning here of Bubble. Grux was able to spot him out, but he can't land the kill. That's a whiff, a huge one at that. And Freddy B, 16 clips. Yes, he does. It's all going to be up to Blocker and Victor to try to make this one possible, but that's the thing though, the positioning here of the Bulgarians is simply not that great. Down CT he goes, and now Victor left in a pretty difficult 1-on-2. They're gonna play this one together here, Rusty and Freddy B. Freddy B though ends up losing the fight, and Rusty ends up losing his as well, and Victor is able to pull off the clutch. I'm not really sure how they were able to mess that one up, but oh, that's a huge loss here for Red Reserve. They should have made that one work. They should have. They're in such a prime position to do so, and I'm not really sure why Freddy B decides to go out of his way to try and get that kill. It cost him. It cost him dearly here, Red Reserve. I kind of understand the thought process there of Freddy B, as he wants to try to put himself in an off angle to win the fight against Victor. But at the same time, it's much more safer for you to play that round with your teammate, your buddy. Oh well. Looks like the matchup is going to continue. As Draken now alongside Grux have decided to make the purchase of the sniper rifle. Oh, there we go. Grux hasn't been able to find an opening kill relatively quick enough, so we'll try to go for the more optimal weapon, the AK-47. Versatile, cheap. What are the also good qualities of the AK-47? Man, that's a bit of a shame here. Ships and Poison end up dying relatively quickly. On the back of those 2 kills, they could probably consider just pushing on the A site. But Rusty, can he see the player quick enough? No, Victor sees him quicker. And right now, Windigo, they definitely still got themselves a bit of a chance here. They must be very careful. The Red Reserve players are swarming over this bomb site. Freddy B just ready and waiting for Bubble to peek. And this right now, this is where Red Reserve can't mess it up. Victor though, last man towards long, and now it's all up to Blocker to try to win this clutch. It's quite a difficult one if you ask me, and Blocker though, he actually gets the kill on Freddy B. And right now, Blocker, he still tries to land up more shots, but it will be 19-17 in favor of Red Reserve. And as we can see, folks, that's the victory. So guys, hope you enjoyed the broadcast. It was quite an interesting matchup here between the 2 teams, but Red Reserve are able to come out on top. And with that being said, a quick commercial break, and oh, actually no, that's actually it. That's actually it for today. So thank you guys for watching the previous series. This series, Windigo versus Red Reserve, and I do hope this